That they have annoyed members of the public is an understatement, and so organized groups will do all they can to tackle the seemingly unruly parliament.
I don't know what happens when you get in parliament. They've been there for less than 2 months and they've forgotten their background. And what we're trying to do is stop them from stealing our money.
First, there was the Occupy Parliament mission. And now there's a plan to have members of parliament recalled. Led by blogger Dennis Itumbi, Kenyans are being urged to sign a petition that would help make the dream of dethroning the errant MPs a reality.
The earliest members of a particular constituency can recall their MP is on the 14th of March 2015, 2 years after the gazettement of the current members of parliament. And so the move to recall members of parliament is not only premature but also impossible.
This whole process is intended to ensure that we do not have shenanigans. We don't have people playing around with the democratic process. You should therefore have a very serious ground for asking for the recall of your member of parliament. And I doubt if any effort engaged in right now, as we speak, would be meeting this legal threshold. It would be just an exercise in futility. And I doubt if our people would be willing as taxpayers to be expending their sort of money to that empty, vain, and as it were, misadvised adventure.
As far as the law is concerned, an act of selfishness does not qualify for grounds of recall, and so one would assume that Itumbi and his team have no basis of recalling any of the MPs.
This member of parliament, it could be the senator, it could be the member of the National Assembly, should have been a person found after due process of the law to have violated Chapter 6 of the Constitution. This deals with the integrity of the member of parliament. B, this member of parliament should have been found after due process to have mismanaged public resources. And then lastly, this person should have been found after due process of the law to have breached the Elections Act.
And as if that is not enough, the procedure to follow is very extensive and one that can frustrate even the most determined individuals. The High Court has to determine that there is cause for a recall, and you have to file an application with the IEBC, which also requires you to have adequate support from constituents.
You must get other people who are registered as voters in a particular constituency or county to support your petition. And these must not be less than 15%. And you have to get more than 50% of the wards in the particular county, constituency that you're talking about. And therefore, once you have their signatures, you must have their IDs, you must have their full names, and you must have their voter verification. And you must do this within a month of filing a petition with the IEBC.
The consoling fact that legal experts continue to argue is that the resolution by members of parliament to increase their salaries is unconstitutional and one that will not see the light of day. Charity Waweru Mwangi for JSO at 7.